As the fall semester was about to begin, Lu Ruyan only bought train tickets for herself and the new medical student, Yi Tingcheng. I didn't make a scene or raise my voice. I just looked at her and calmly said, "Let's break up." "Just because of a train ticket?" she asked, her voice already showing annoyance. "I told you, I would come back to pick you up." "No need," I replied simply. Ruyan sighed, the sound heavy with dissatisfaction. "Fine, then, Your Highness. How long is this breakup supposed to last?" We had known each other for 10 years and been in a relationship for the past 2. Nearly every significant decision I had made had Ruyan's input interwoven. She always believed I couldn't survive without her. But this time was different. I genuinely wanted to end it decisively. I cancelled my train ticket, finalized the study abroad application I had previously deferred for her, and planned to leave. It was best to completely sever a relationship that had become toxic. I stood outside Ruyan's house. They said she and Yi Tingcheng had left for the train station hours ago. "Didn't the two of you say you were leaving at 6 p.m? Ruyan's mother, Auntie Yin Wen, asked me from the doorway. "It's past 11 a.m. now. They should have arrived by now." "Boda, did you oversleep? That Ruyan, she should have at least called to wake you up." Her words stunned me. I quickly pulled out my phone, opening the screenshot of the train ticket Ruyan had sent me last night. "Auntie Yin Wen, look, this is impossible." This is the photo she sent me, and it clearly shows the 3 p.m. train. "No way," she frowned. "I'm sure the driver took them to the station early this morning." "Don't panic, let me call her and see." Just as she was about to call, my phone vibrated. It was Ruyan. "Boda, have you made it to the station yet?" Her voice sounded through the video call. On the screen, I saw beads of sweat on her forehead. Ruyan was carrying 2 suitcases, with a designer handbag, clearly Yi Tingcheng's, slung over her shoulder. Meanwhile, Yi Tingcheng stood casually beside her, one hand holding his phone to film, the other holding a half-eaten cup of ice cream. He held a spoonful of ice cream up to Ruyan's mouth. "Ruyan, this ice cream is so good, you have to try a bite." She didn't refuse, taking a small nibble right where his mouth had been. Watching the scene, a cold surge of anger ran down my spine. "Ruyan, what is the meaning of this? Why did you lie to me and leave on your own?" Before I could finish, Yi Tingcheng turned the camera towards himself, his voice rushing with a hint of apology. "Brother Boda, don't blame Ruyan. If you must blame anyone, blame me. Last night when I booked the tickets, there were only the last 2 seats left. Initially, I told her to go with you, but Ruyan was afraid that as a new student, I wouldn't be familiar with the area and would have too much to handle at the start of the year. So, she decided to take me to school first. Please don't be angry with her over this." I let out a bitter laugh. Since Yi Tingcheng decided to apply to UCA University, I had helped him in every way possible. Yet, the way he spoke now made me sound like an unfeeling, terrible person. Moreover, I had every right to be angry. If the tickets were truly sold out, why didn't Ruyan just tell me directly? Why the lies, the secrecy, and abandoning me like this? I was her boyfriend. It wasn't like I begged her to book a ticket for me, she was the one who insisted on doing it. But before I could say anything more, Lu Ruyan took back the phone, the lens facing her beautiful, confident face. A smear of light pink ice cream was still on the corner of her lips, both sweet and jarring to my eyes. Ruyan smiled at me, her voice soft and gentle, like a coaxing lullaby. "Hey, it's okay, really. I'm just helping Yi Tingcheng with his registration. Do you remember how chaotic it was for us last year? We were both running around everywhere. Now, just imagine how pitiful Yi Tingcheng would be having to manage on his own." As she spoke, a distinctively jointed hand suddenly appeared in the frame, gently wiping the trace of ice cream from her lips. Ruyan turned to the person outside the frame, gave a loving smile, and then looked back at me. "Besides, I did buy a ticket for you, didn't I? I even purposely chose the afternoon train so you could sleep in a little. By the time you get to the station, I should be nearly finished here. Then Yi Tingcheng and I will come out to pick you up together, okay? Come on, my little prince, don't be mad anymore. I'll take you out for a big dinner tonight to make it up to you, alright?" Standing next to me, her mother, Auntie Een Wen, spoke up in her defense. Boda, you know the situation. Lee Cheng's circumstances are complicated. His ex-girlfriend, Suya, just left and abandoned the child for him to raise alone. Now he's on his own with the little one. Ruyan is naturally soft-hearted, she always wants to help others. Please try to understand her, and I'll talk to her later, telling her to discuss everything with you before making any decisions, alright? With all those words, I had nothing left to counter. Lee Cheng truly needed Ruyan's help, and Ruyan carried a sense of debt toward him, a debt she believed she could never fully repay. But even so, I still felt a sense of unease. I declined Auntie Een Wen's offer to have the driver take me to the station and pulled my suitcase back home alone. 3 p.m. was still far away. I figured I could at least have lunch at home before leaving. My mother looked surprised to see me return. Boda, I thought you went with Ruyan already. I told my mother everything about the train ticket. The smile on her face slowly faded. She walked closer, pulled me down onto the sofa, her gaze serious. Boda, there's something I need to say. I know it will be hard to hear, but if I don't say it, no one else will dare tell you. I instinctively turned to look at her. In my heart, I knew what she was about to say definitely concerned Ruyan. Ever since Ruyan's family began helping Lee Cheng, my mother had lost faith in my relationship with her. I initially intended not to listen, but then I thought about all the arguments Ruyan and I had over the past year, all because of Lee Cheng, and I just nodded softly. Go ahead, Mom. My mother sighed, gently stroking my cheek, her voice soft yet heavy with worry. Boda, you've realized it too, haven't you? Lee Cheng has feelings for Ruyan. I know Ruyan feels indebted to him, so their relationship will never truly end. As long as Lee Cheng has that child, he can always use Ruyan's guilt as a weapon to keep her tied down. No matter how deep the affection between you and Ruyan is, cracks will inevitably appear. No one can divide their love between two people simultaneously, and no one is generous enough to accept another man constantly being part of their story. So, Boda, I hope you think very carefully. Today's incident is just the first, but there will be a second, and countless times after that. My mother's words were cruel, but I knew she was right. Ruyan and I had known each other for 10 years. Although we had only been officially dating for 2, I had loved her long before that. From the day I first understood what love was, Ruyan was the first seed planted in my heart. To let that seed blossom, I had given up many better opportunities, choosing to study at UCA University just for her. For her, I endured a year of being by Lee Cheng's side, tutoring him, and buying him gifts. Ruyan said she considered Lee Cheng a younger brother, so I pushed aside all my doubts. I also tried to set aside my emotions and treat Lee Cheng like a younger brother, just as Lu Ruyan had described. Perhaps because she was my first love, or perhaps due to blind stubbornness, I still couldn't completely let go. I was looking down, about to say something, when the phone in my pocket vibrated. It was a voice message. Lee Cheng's voice rang in my ear. Ruyan, you're really smart. Buying a separate ticket for Boda and then lying that the train was sold out. But aren't you afraid he'll get angry if he finds out? As soon as Lee Cheng's voice ended, I felt as if someone had slapped me across the face. Ruyan's voice followed, sounding tired and casual. What other choice did I have? It's all because of you, you dummy. Besides, if Boda came along, I'd have to carry luggage for 3 people, I'd be exhausted. At least you know how to be considerate of me, but Boda is too pampered by his family, he doesn't know how to do anything but throw a fit like a little prince. If I take care of you and not him, he'll definitely throw a tantrum. Just thinking about it gives me a headache. And if I didn't quickly buy the tickets beforehand, what if he booked the same train? That would be even more trouble. You know how he is. He acts magnanimous on the surface but constantly argues with me behind my back about you. Honestly, even without you, I wanted to travel alone this time for a bit of comfort. My dear, I'm going crazy. When Ruyan mentioned me, her voice was full of exhaustion and distaste, but right after, she gave a soft laugh. But Boda does have one good quality, he's genuine about me. For me, he gave up the chance to go to the Beihai Institute of Advanced Technology and even abandoned his study abroad program. So don't worry. Even if he finds out I did this on purpose, the worst he'll do is pout a little. After all, whose fault is it that he can't live without me, right? Yi Chengcheng laughed in response. Alright, I know. You two are deeply in love. But Ruyan, please take your hand off me. You're pressing right on my old injury, it really hurts. Where does it hurt? Should I kiss it better? Stop it, don't joke around. I'm a grown man now. Their laughter echoed through the headphones, mingled with playful teasing, intimate enough to make me feel short of breath. Finally, there was the clear sound of a pop as if someone lightly slapped the other's arm, and then everything went silent. The headphones clicked off, and my heart seemed to stop with them. Looking down, I realized a tear had fallen onto my phone screen. Only then did I know my eyes had been red for a while. It turned out that the love I thought was deep and sincere was nothing more than a joke in the eyes of others. My mother's warning and Ruyan's dismissive voice kept ringing in my head like an echo. Finally, I chose to trust my mother. I opened the chat with Ruyan and sent the breakup message. Whether it was a coincidence or not, the moment I hit send, she immediately replied, "Boda, you." I didn't let her finish, deleting the conversation and blocking her number. But less than a second later, my phone rang again. It was a call from Ruyan. The first thing she said wasn't to ask what happened but, "Boda, what is my little prince sulking about this time?" I gripped the phone tightly, forcing a bitter laugh. She had said this sentence countless times whenever we argued, and every time I thought the fault was mine because Ruyan would often say, "You know how you are. With that temper, no girl other than me would put up with you. I'm the only one who can tolerate you, who can spoil you like this. Come on, don't be angry anymore. Think about it, if we really broke up, you'd still be the one crying in the corner." Because of those words, I always thought I was the one at fault. I thought I was petty, touchy, and overly sensitive. But Mom once said, a little possessiveness is normal in love, otherwise why would a third person be called an intruder? I took a deep breath, keeping my voice steady. "Dear, I'm not sulking this time, I'm serious. Ruyan, let's break up." Ruyan's voice was unchanged, even carrying a hint of jest. "It can't be just over a train ticket, can it? Didn't I tell you already?" Ruyan replied, her voice slightly annoyed mixed with a plea. "As soon as I finish helping Yi Chengcheng register, I'll come to the station to pick you up. I didn't abandon you, did I? Is this worth breaking up over, Boda? You don't know, it's horribly hot here in Beihai City today. I've been running around helping Yi Chengcheng all morning. I'm completely drenched in sweat. You should feel a little sorry for me, yet you're demanding a breakup. My heart is about to turn to ice. Come on, can we stop fighting? I'll take you out for a lavish seafood dinner tonight, okay?" In the past, I was indeed the type who was easily placated. Just a good meal or a small gift and I could be happy for a whole week. But now that I was clear-headed, I suddenly realized I could bring those things to myself entirely. I didn't need to depend on a woman for those small moments of joy. Though my heart still ached, I remained firm. "No need. You go ahead and eat with Yi Chengcheng." Ruyan burst into laughter, a mocking laugh. "You're jealous like a child. Fine, if you say break up, then break up, but I still want to ask my little prince one question. How long is this breakup going to last? 2 days or 3 days?" Behind her, I heard Yi Chengcheng's voice, sounding impatient. "Ruyan, I don't know how to fill out this section on the form. Help me again." "Coming," she immediately replied, then turned back to me. "Boda, I have to go now, to help Yi Chengcheng finish the paperwork. See you at the station tonight." The call ended, and I immediately cancelled my train ticket. Then, I reopened my study abroad application, the one I had prepared long ago but hesitated to send, and pressed the send button to my advising professor. I walked down to the kitchen where my mother was cooking seafood porridge for me. I said, "Mom, that top-tier exam prep course your friend mentioned, can I still register for it?" My mother looked up and smiled. "Of course, my love. I'll contact them for you." I pulled my suitcase back to my room. Second-year students like me started a week later than the new students. Originally, I hadn't planned to leave early. I only agreed because Ruyan had to take Yi Chengcheng to enroll. Now there was no need. I could stay home for a few more days. I opened the suitcase and started putting away my things. When I took out the last item, my hand stopped. It was the birthday gift I had prepared for Ryan. Her birthday was only a week away. The gift was a ring I had handcrafted myself. It no longer held any meaning, but throwing it away felt like a waste. I took a picture and posted it on a second-hand selling site at a low price. Ryan, let's go our separate ways from now on, I thought to myself. That night, I was woken up by the phone ringing. It was Ryan calling. Her voice was sharp and full of reproach. Boda, where are you? Cheng and I have been waiting for you at the station for almost 2 hours. Sulking has its limits. Cheng has a young child to take care of, he is mentally and physically exhausted, yet he still came with me to pick you up. Isn't that enough for you to calm down? I had just woken up from a short afternoon nap, my mind still heavy. Hearing her accusatory tone, I immediately felt annoyed. Did I ask the two of you to pick me up? If Cheng is so exhausted, go see a therapist, don't dump it on me. I've done nothing wrong here, and please stop using that as an excuse to make me feel guilty. Furthermore, we've broken up. Where I am is none of your business. Ryan laughed, but the sound was bitter. Boda, fine, keep it up and see what you gain. Classes start in a week. I want to see how you're going to hide from me that whole time. I really have spoiled you too much. On the other end, I heard Cheng's voice interject, trying to sound gentle. Ryan, don't argue with Boda anymore. It's all my fault. His voice faded and went silent. I didn't need to guess what was happening on their end. I knew Ryan was trying to comfort Cheng right now, surely whispering, it's all right, it's not your fault. I'm just the one who spoiled him too much. Don't be sad anymore. My birthday is still a week away, and I don't believe he can bear not coming to celebrate with me. I couldn't take it anymore, I hung up. If everything went according to plan, I would be leaving in a week, leaving everything. The next morning, I received a call from my roommate, Zhao Ming, who had returned to the dorm earlier than me. Boda, Ryan just came to the dorm with some new student and took away all your personal belongings. And, Zhao Ming hesitated, his voice sounding troubled. You know that limited edition model she gave you for your birthday last year? She took that too. I heard Zhao Ming's uncertain sigh. Boda, who is that guy? Ryan said he's like a little brother to you too, but I clearly saw he doesn't have any goodwill toward you. While packing, he dropped a picture of you and Ryan on the desk, breaking the frame. He's clearly the type to pretend to be well-behaved but is manipulative inside. Hey, why didn't you return to school with Ryan this year? You two always came back together for enrollment. The moment I heard about the broken photo frame, my heart reflexively clenched. But then I reconsidered, actually, none of it mattered anymore. The personal items in the dorm were matching couple items with Ryan. After the breakup, I was planning to throw them away and buy new ones anyway. As for the model or anything else related to her, I would have discarded everything when I returned to school. Now that they took it, it was less hassle for me. I cut across Xiao Ming's concerned voice with a faint laugh. It's fine. Let them take whatever they want. Ryan and I broke up, and I was planning to throw that stuff away anyway. I hadn't even finished speaking when I heard Ryan's voice echo from the other end of the line. Is that Boda? Before Xiao Ming could answer, Ryan snatched the phone. Her voice was clear, still half joking and half serious as usual, without any hint of gravity. Boda, enrollment for new students is busy. Cheng hasn't had time to buy new supplies yet, so he'll use yours for the time being, okay? And as for the model on your bed, lend it to Cheng for a few days. He's a bit shy and has trouble sleeping at night, hugging that might help him sleep better. See? I consulted you this time, so don't throw a fit at me later, alright? I scoffed. Consulted? This was clearly just her informing me, not asking for my opinion. In the past, I would definitely have gotten angry about this, maybe even had a huge argument. But now, I just wanted to end it quickly. Yeah. Whatever. My cold tone made Ryan pause slightly. 2 seconds later, I heard her give a small humph through the phone. Fine, my little prince is still angry. Then she handed the phone back to Zhao Ming. I talked to him for a few more sentences before hanging up. After hanging up, I started preparing to meet the teacher for the top TFL prep course, using the address my mother sent. To be honest, I didn't need a TOEFL score for the exchange program since I was going to Singapore. Passing the national English exam was enough. But I planned to continue studying in Australia afterward, and the TOEFL score would be necessary then. Although that time was still far off, I needed something to keep myself busy right now, to stop thinking any further. On the way, I opened social media and accidentally saw Yi Tingcheng's post. It was a photo of them from last night, when they claimed they were waiting for me at the station. In the picture, Yi Tingcheng was half asleep, his head resting on Ruyan's shoulder, his hand wrapped around her arm, holding on tight. The caption read, "The train station is cold, but with you beside me, my heart feels warm." On social media, I saw another photo, Lu Ruyan and Yi Tingcheng at the seafood dinner last night. She was taking a selfie, with only half her face visible, and on the other side was Yi Tingcheng's radiant smile. In front of them was a table piled high with all kinds of seafood. The caption read, "Because someone said they'd never eaten seafood before, someone else nearly ordered the whole menu. At this rate, I'm going to be spoiled rotten." Below that was a video vlog they posted, recording their sightseeing around Beihai City over the past few days. In the video, Ruyan held Yi Tingcheng's hand every time they crossed the street, gently as if afraid he'd get lost. She also patiently carried his bags and ran around everywhere to find a pain relief patch for Yi Tingcheng's old shoulder injury. The video description was, "I told her I'm not a child anymore, but someone keeps treating me like one. I've truly given up." And at the end was a photo of a limited edition model thrown in a trash can. The cold caption, "Let the past rest. We will both have new people in the future." So, this was Ruyan's, no time to shop. No time to buy her own personal items, yet she had time to run all over the place to find a medicinal patch for Yi Tingcheng. Too busy with enrollment to call me, yet she could wander the streets with him, laughing and talking like a real couple. I always thought that what she was doing was merely out of responsibility, just helping someone she felt indebted to. But looking at it from the outside now, I realized Ruyan had crossed that line a long time ago. Under the post, a mutual friend left a comment, "Seriously, Yi Tingcheng, what are you trying to prove? Anyone looking at this would think you and Ruyan are a couple, when she is clearly Ji Boda's girlfriend." Another person replied, dying of laughter. Claiming to be a child when he's almost 20. What a joke. We will both have new people. Do you mean yourself? One friend even tagged me in a comment, "Boda, I told you, some people look meek on the outside but are wolves in sheep's clothing. Look, you treated him like a little brother, and he saw you as a competitor. He took advantage of you and then stabbed you in the back. How can you stand for this?" Being publicly named like that, I knew that staying silent would only lead to more speculation. It was time to cleanly sever this rotten relationship. I left a comment under the post. "Lu Ruyan and I have broken up. I wish you both happiness. I hope this time it's forever." After posting, I immediately unfriended Yi Tingcheng. Immediately after, my phone vibrated constantly with calls from high school friends. Everyone expressed regret over what happened between Ruyan and me. They said we were the most admired couple in class, and everyone thought we would go the distance. In my first year of university, my father fell seriously ill and needed surgery. I took a temporary leave from school to help my mother care for him at the hospital. Every day, Ruyan ran back and forth between school and the hospital just to help me take notes on lectures and catch up on what I missed. Then, in my second year, Ruyan's mother suddenly passed away in the night. Ruyan's whole world collapsed. To help her through it, I stayed by her side throughout the funeral days, managing everything during the day and staying up all night by the casket. She didn't sleep, and I didn't sleep. She went on a hunger strike, refusing to eat, and I fasted with her. It was precisely her concern for my health that finally forced her to eat again, even though she would throw up as she ate, only to try again. We were each other's anchors during the darkest times. Both of us believed the other was the most important person in our lives. Even our homeroom teacher silently rooted for us. I still clearly remember graduation day. Ruyan stood on stage in front of the whole school, holding a microphone and singing the song, Qingqing's Confession. She said the song was dedicated only to me. That day, Lu Ruyan wore a simple white dress, holding a bouquet of 99 pink paper roses, all of which she had meticulously folded herself, petal by petal. After her confession was a success, Ruyan rushed over, hugged me tightly, then raised the microphone like a triumphant general, excitedly announcing to the entire school. For years from today, Ji Boda and I will invite all of you to our wedding. At that time, everyone, including me, believed that she and I would truly go all the way, get married, have children, and live a happy life as everyone dreamed. But no one expected what happened that summer. That summer, Yi Tingcheng's ex-girlfriend, Suya, left their newborn baby with him and vanished without a trace. That same summer, Ruyan and I both received acceptance letters to UCA University in Beihai City, hundreds of miles from our hometown. My family was stable, my parents were always together, but Ruyan's mother was alone. It was at that exact time that Yi Tingcheng's current girlfriend, the same Suya, unexpectedly showed up, claiming she was pregnant with his child. Ruyan felt responsible because she had introduced the two of them, so she tried to mediate. However, after giving birth to their son, Xiaze, Suya took a sum of money from Ruyan and disappeared completely, leaving a distraught Yi Tingcheng, clutching the wailing baby. He knelt before Ruyan, holding the child and sobbing desperately. Ruyan, Suya left. I can't raise this baby alone. What am I supposed to do? Those words stunned Ruyan. She bent down to help Yi Tingcheng up, looking at the child in his arms, and gently comforted him. It's okay. Don't cry anymore. From now on, I'll be here for you. I'll help you raise him. Anything I have, Xiaze will have too. From that day on, Yi Tingcheng changed completely. He transformed from an introverted, timid boy into someone extremely possessive. He began treating Ruyan as if she belonged to him, and every time I got close to her, his eyes seemed to blaze with fire. Initially, Ruyan tried to reassure me. Sweetheart, Yi Tingcheng is raising a child alone, his mental state isn't stable. He doesn't mean it. The doctor said he's under pressure and has psychological trauma. Can you please stop holding it against him? For my sake, okay? I nodded. After such a major incident, who wouldn't be distraught? I loved Ruyan and understood her sense of guilt, so I tried to be understanding. I even joined her in comforting Yi Tingcheng, trying to be kind to him. However, Yi Tingcheng always seemed to find a way to cause trouble between Ruyan and me. Once, I bought milk tea for both of us. The moment I handed it to him, the cup accidentally fell, splashing all over his pants. Then he turned around crying, accusing me of intentionally bullying him. Initially, Ruyan listened to both sides, but as these kinds of incidents kept happening, she began to lose patience. The way she looked at me gradually became cold, and her tone changed. Boda, can you be a little more accommodating? Yi Tingcheng's situation is partly my fault. You're my boyfriend, can't you understand and sympathize with me? Do you have to make things harder for me? Haven't things been complicated enough? That day, I couldn't hold back anymore. My eyes red, I shouted. He has a child, that's his business, not mine. Why should I endure this forever? If one day Yi Tingcheng says he wants you too, do I have to be broad-minded and give you up to him? Slap. Ruyan's slap rang out sharply. Boda, listen to what you just said. You truly disappoint me. That day, I said we should break up, but Ruyan came to find me on my birthday. It was snowing heavily. She stood outside the dorm wearing the black coat I once said looked best on her, holding a gift that I immediately recognized, the limited edition model. She held the rare character model that I had gone through so much trouble to find. Her nose tip was red from the cold, and her shoulders were covered in a thick layer of white snow. Lu Ruyan stood motionless outside the dorm, saying nothing. I looked down from the balcony, our eyes met, and in that brief moment, my heart melted again. But now, that very gift, the model I once cherished, had been thrown into the trash by Yi Tingcheng with Ruyan's silent approval. Along with that gift, our love was discarded as if it had never existed. I truly loved her with all my heart, but as my mother once said, no one can endure a third person intruding into a relationship. Just like in that song, letting one person walk away is better than having three people trapped together. However, there was one thing I could never figure out. Ruyan had given money to Suya, so why did she still abandon the child and leave? And why could Yi Tingcheng, a person with nothing to his name, so calmly accept Ryan's financial help? After the first meeting with the TOEFL prep teacher, she and I agreed on a weekly online study schedule. Since I would be flying to Singapore in just 1 week to start the exchange program at the university there, online learning was the most reasonable option. With that settled, I started preparing my enrollment documents. Fortunately, the professor in charge announced that the list of exchange students had been submitted and all spots were filled. But one student unexpectedly withdrew due to family issues, and I was admitted to the vacant position. It took me 3 days to complete all the paperwork. It was also time to return to school to pack up because my close friends heard the news about my study abroad plans and organized a farewell party. This time, I didn't take the train, I chose to fly. In the past, because Ryan was afraid of flying, we always chose the train or high-speed rail for any trip. I had always wanted to experience looking at the clouds and sky through an airplane window. Now, sitting and watching the vast white sky and the endless sea of clouds stretching out below, I unconsciously smiled. For the first time in months, I truly felt relieved and excited about the future. When I arrived at the airport, my 3 roommates, Zhao Ming, Lin Kai, and Feng Si, were already waiting. As soon as they saw me, they rushed over, patting my shoulder and teasing loudly. "Look at him. Breaking up really is the best fitness trainer. It's only been 2 months, and you look even better than before." "Exactly, let me take a closer look." Feng Si chimed in, laughing loudly as he intentionally squeezed my arm. "Not bad, muscles are toned, you're slimmer but look much healthier." I laughed, grabbing his hand and pulling it away. "Don't touch me like that. You guys really have too much time on your hands." I knew they were just trying to cheer me up, afraid I hadn't gotten over the breakup yet. But honestly, lately, I've been so busy that I haven't had time to think about Ryan anymore. Even when someone mentions her name, I can smile without feeling a pang in my heart. Come on, who said I've lost weight? I've been eating well, I've even gained weight. Don't worry, I'm really fine. I reassured them with a smile, and the group finally sighed in relief. See? I told you, our G Boda knows when to hold on and when to let go. She's just one girl. If she's gone, so what? Life is long. Exactly. Zhao Ming said, pulling my arm to lead me away. Tonight is a men's party. No one is allowed to mention those toxic people anymore. We'll drink until we forget everything. That evening, we chose a small music bar with a rooftop. Our group's table was located near the outdoor patio area, where we could clearly hear the singer on stage. The singer was performing a Jay Cho song. The whole room was silent, many people quietly singing along. Suddenly, the bar door opened, and a group of people walked in. In the yellow light, I saw Lu Ruyan. I momentarily froze. Yi Tingcheng wasn't with her this time. She appeared with a few girlfriends, all of them laughing cheerfully, except for Ruyan. She sat down at a table, her brows furrowed, her eyes glued to her phone screen as if waiting for a call from someone. The friend beside her leaned in and asked Ruyan, "What's wrong? Who's got you staring at your phone like that? Is G Boda still angry? Is he really going to skip your birthday?" Her friend asked, her voice laced with a bit of reproach. "It's not that I want to speak ill of him, but you and that little brother of yours are too close. Even if you were actual siblings, you should maintain some distance so others don't misunderstand, let alone since you have no blood relation. Do you want me to call Boda for you?" Her friend's words made Lu Ruyan pause, a momentary blankness crossing her face. A second later, she turned and forced a smile. "No, it's really not that. I only see Yi Tingcheng as a younger brother. Look, I didn't let him come with me today, did I? Why don't even you guys believe me? I'm an adult, can't I differentiate between a boyfriend and a little brother?" The friend next to her sighed, glanced at Ruyan, and then said frankly, "You see him as a little brother, but he might not see you as a big sister. Honestly, no one claims to be a homewrecker. Listen to me, if it's not too late, go and apologize to Boda." Seeing the birthday cake in her friend's hand, I suddenly remembered that today was Lu Ruyan's birthday. Immediately after, Ruyan took her friend's phone and quickly dialed my number. My phone, placed on the table, started ringing, and the music playing was the recording of the song, Qingqing's Confession. The song she had sung and dedicated to me in front of the whole school that year. At home, I was used to setting my phone to vibrate, so I forgot to turn off the ringer when I went out. I intended to reject the call, but Ruyan had already heard the ringtone. She immediately turned her head, and upon seeing me, quickly walked towards my table. Ruyan smiled, her voice gentle as if nothing had ever happened. "Boda, I knew you'd come." As she spoke, she reached out to grab the gift box on the table. "This is my birthday present, right? I knew you couldn't bear to leave me." I reached out and stopped her hand, saying curtly, "No, this isn't for you. It's my gift." Inside that box was the farewell gift my roommate had given me before my trip. Ruyan froze, then, as if realizing something, she forced another smile. All right, my little prince is still angry, huh? It's okay, the birthday present can wait. I'm just happy you showed up." I cut her off, my voice icy. "Ruyan, we've broken up. We broke up. Do you understand? I don't have a habit of buying birthday presents for ex-girlfriends, so please step away and don't interrupt my meal with my friends." The smile on her lips froze. Ruyan quickly grabbed my hand. "Boda, are you still angry after all this time? What breakup?" I didn't. I was clear. "We broke up, stop pretending. This is your birthday present, isn't it? You're just trying to scare me, right?" Ruyan insisted, trying to snatch the box. "I know everything. You secretly made a pair of couple rings. The ring must be in here, right?" Now I understood why she was so confident when telling Yitingcheng that I would come to celebrate her birthday. It turned out she knew about the pair of rings I had handcrafted. But while I was meticulously carving and polishing every detail of that gift, she was choosing a graduation gift for Yitingcheng, a gift she said she didn't want me to see for fear of me misunderstanding. Thinking of it made me feel sick. I let go of her hand, allowing her to open the box. When the lid popped open, the smile on Ruyan's face instantly vanished. Inside was not a ring but a plane ticket to Singapore. The ticket was a gift my roommates had secretly prepared for me. They were afraid that since I had never flown before, I might book incorrectly, so they bought it in advance and gave it to me. Besides the ticket, there were a few small items in the box, including keychains made from photos of me and them, laminated in clear plastic. Ruyan's hand trembled as she held the ticket, her eyes instantly reddening. Perhaps at that moment, she recalled how I had once refused a study abroad offer from a professor because of her. "Is it because of me, Boda? Is that why you want to go to Singapore? It's not because you want to study, but because you need time to reconsider. Because I hurt you, you want to avoid me for a while, is that it?" Ruyan asked, her voice shaking. Actually, I hadn't planned to tell her about studying abroad, but now that the ticket was right in her hand, hiding it was meaningless. A relationship that had lasted so many years, even if it ended, deserved a clear closure. I gently pulled the ticket from her hand, my voice calm. "I'm not going to run away, I'm going to study, Ruyan. In fact, I completely forgot today was your birthday. It's true I made a pair of rings that I initially planned to give you today, but now, I don't want to." I looked straight into her eyes, speaking definitively. "Ruyan, this time when I say we're breaking up, it's not a tantrum or a test. I mean it, and I don't need your comfort anymore. I'm serious." Ruyan's voice was rushed, as if afraid I would leave. "Is it because of Yitingcheng? If it's because of him, I'll keep my distance, okay? If you don't like me being close to him, I'll limit contact. But you know I can't abandon him." I smiled faintly, but the smile was a numb ache. Yes, I know guilt is a very strong thing. Precisely because I understand that, I choose to let go. And because of that, I no longer love you. I smiled one last time. No need to say anything more. Ruyan's lips trembled. She was about to speak, but Zhao Ming, my roommate, spoke first, his voice sharp. "Ruyan, where have you been all this time? Before knowing what Boda was angry about, what did you do? Is it too late to pretend to care now? Tell me, what kind of little brother dares to smash his big sister's photo frame with her boyfriend?" What kind of little brother takes intimate, suggestive photos and posts them online like a lover? What are you pretending to be innocent about? The sibling label is just a cover for your involvement, so you won't be criticized. Honestly, someone who doesn't know boundaries like you is even more despicable than a true cheater. So please, stop bothering Boda. You already have your little brother, that's enough. Ruyan looked at me, her voice stuttering. Boda, it's not like that, I didn't. I shook my head, cutting her off. No need to explain. None of it matters anymore. Having said that, I picked up my bag and turned to leave. Ruyan hurried after me. Just as she touched my arm, her phone rang. It was a call from Itingcheng. His voice was full of pathetic pleading. Ruyan, I sprained my ankle during the new student orientation. It's really swollen now, it hurts so much. Can you come and help me? This time, Ruyan wasn't flustered as usual. She glanced at me and spoke into the phone, trying to maintain a calm voice. Ask a classmate to take you to the medical room first. I'm with Boda right now, I'll come see you tomorrow. She was about to hang up, but Itingcheng's faint yet persistent voice came through the other end. I know Boda is more important, but my foot really hurts. If Suya hadn't left, I wouldn't need to call you, wouldn't bother you like this. I know I'm selfish, but besides you, I have no one else to rely on. Ruyan bit her lip, her expression conflicted, but her hand still gripped my arm tightly. I clearly saw in her eyes the hesitation, the dilemma, and the feeling she could never let go of, guilt. I smiled softly, a gentle smile that felt like rubbing salt in a wound. It's okay. Go ahead. I gently removed her hand, hailed the taxi that had just arrived, and got in. As the door closed, Ruyan remained frozen in the middle of the road. When the car started moving, she suddenly ran after it, chasing and yelling, Boda, I'll go see him and then I'll come back for you. I'll explain everything, I'll make it clear to you. Wait for me, Boda, you have to wait for me. Inside the taxi, I whispered softly, without looking back. No, Ruyan, I won't wait for you this time. I didn't return to the dorm. I went straight to a hotel near the airport, planning to rest before my flight the next morning. That evening, I had my final conversation with my roommates, the people who had stood by me for the past year. Although we had only known each other for a short time, they always treated me like the youngest sibling at home. I was the youngest in the room, and also the most quiet and shy. After our first heart-to-heart talk that lasted until midnight last year, they nicknamed me the dorm baby. Every time Ruyan and I argued, they always sided with me, protecting me unconditionally. That night, as the conversation drew to a close, my eyes were red. I never usually drank beer, but I opened a can, raised it, and said, "Thank you, guys, I mean it." Tears were in their eyes too, and they pulled me into a tight embrace. This kid. Don't forget us when you're over there. Yeah, exactly. If you meet any pretty girls over there, remember to introduce their friends to me. I can handle all kinds of jealousy, don't worry. That joke made the whole group laugh through their tears. The next morning, they saw me off at the airport. I thought only they would be there, but unexpectedly, I saw Itingcheng standing there. He was still wearing the camouflage uniform from the new student training, his eyes red and his face clearly showing anger. As soon as he saw me, Itingcheng rushed forward, raising his hand to strike. I caught his wrist and held it firmly. Itingcheng's eyes blazed with fire. He gritted his teeth and said, "Gee Boda, you've decided to study abroad, so why didn't you fly directly from home? Why did you come back to Beihai City? You're leaving soon, yet you still want to see Ruyan? Aren't you ashamed?" I looked at him and smiled coldly. What's wrong? I've already broken up with your precious person. What more do you want? Or has she promoted you already? In the time after Ruyan and I broke up, I had received an anonymous text message, which I didn't need to guess was from Itingcheng. He said that without me as an obstacle, he and Ruyan would have been a couple long ago. That arrogant confidence just made me laugh mockingly. My words infuriated him. Itingcheng lunged again, attempting to throw a punch, but this time I spun around, grabbed both his hands, twisted them behind his back, and delivered a sharp slap. Slap! The sound of the slap echoed through the airport lobby, startling everyone around. Yi Chengcheng held his cheek, staring at me in disbelief. Boda, you dared to hit me? Xiaze is my son. Ruyan promised Suya that she would take care of us both. If she finds out you hit me, she won't let you get away with it. He shouldn't have said that. As soon as he mentioned it, all the times I was forced to be accommodating, all the times I was bound by someone else's guilt, flooded back into my mind. I raised my hand and delivered another, heavier slap. Slap. So what? You have a child, that's your problem, not mine. Stop using that baby to make others feel guilty. Yi Chengcheng opened his mouth to retort, but I grabbed his collar, pulled him close, and whispered right next to his ear, my voice chillingly cold. Honestly, I'm quite curious. Why did Suya really leave her son with you and disappear? How could someone with nothing to his name like you manage to live peacefully until now? Yi Chengcheng's body froze, his eyes wide with fear, but only a second later, a look of contempt appeared on his lips. So what? I didn't break the law. The police can't do anything to me. My story has already been settled, hasn't it? I sneered, my gaze flicking past the person standing right behind him. Lu Ruyan. Her face was dark, her voice low and chilling. What are you saying? Yi Chengcheng's smirk vanished. He turned around, his body rigid. And when he saw Ruyan, his whole body trembled, almost unable to stand steady. Immediately, he reverted back to his usual look of helplessness, like a terrified little rabbit. Ruyan, you misheard. I didn't mean it. Yi Chengcheng lunged forward, grabbing Lu Ruyan's arm, his eyes bloodshot. Ruyan, hear me out first. But this time, Ruyan didn't soften. She raised her hand and pushed Yi Chengcheng away. A loud thud echoed in the airport hall. The polished floor caused him to suddenly fall, his body hitting the ground hard, the sound of bones colliding chillingly sharp. All this year, you've been lying to me, haven't you? Ruyan's voice was shaking, mixed with fury. You and Suya never broke up. You arranged everything, using the baby to exploit money from me, didn't you? Yi Chengcheng, do you know that because of you, I almost lost Ji Boda? At that moment, Zhao Ming, who had been watching from the start, let out a soft whistle and said sarcastically, almost? You're wrong, Ruyan. You did lose him, it wasn't almost. That sentence seemed to pull Ruyan back to reality. She spun around in shock, but all she saw was my back walking through the security checkpoint. Ruyan ran after me frantically, lunging forward, almost reaching out to touch me. But just then, I completed the procedures and walked straight toward the boarding gate. Behind me, her voice rang out mournfully and desperately. Boda, Boda, wait for me. I'll come to Singapore to find you. I'll come next year. I promise. My life in Singapore was relatively peaceful. I quickly got used to the new pace, sharing a small apartment near the university with a group of exchange students. I attended classes during the day and worked part-time at a student cafe in the evening. Occasionally, I video called my parents and my friends at UCA. I dedicated the rest of my time entirely to my studies. Oh, and not long after arriving in Singapore, the ring I had posted for sale on the second-hand site was bought. One day, Zhao Ming called me to talk about things at the old university. Boda, you know what? Ruyan also applied for the exchange program to Singapore, but she was rejected because she failed the faculty's English exam. I was surprised. In high school, Ruyan was the one who helped me boost my English scores, and she was much better than me. How could she fail the exam? Zhao Ming let out a bitter laugh. Do you know why? It was Yi Chengcheng. He knew she was taking the exam to come and find you, so before the test, he secretly removed the battery from her headset. It wasn't until the listening section started that Ruyan realized the headset wasn't working. She had to guess the entire section and lost her focus. She failed the exam because of that. I was speechless. Zhao Ming continued telling the story. That very day, the two of them had a huge fight. Ruyan was so angry, she slapped him right across the face in front of a crowd. After that, they were completely done, but Yi Chengcheng turned around and slandered her all over the school. He whined that his ex-girlfriend ran away, that he had to raise his child alone, and that Ruyan had promised to take care of them both but now betrayed him. Now, on campus, the two of them are like mortal enemies. Well, actually, that's not quite right. Ryan sees him as an enemy, but she runs away whenever she sees him. He, however, still keeps following her. Hearing those ridiculous stories, I felt both amused and dazed. Who would have thought I was once a part of that mess? I hung up, but before I could leave my desk, my phone rang again. It was an unfamiliar number. A woman's voice on the line said my friend had fainted at the airport due to low blood sugar and asked me to pick her up. When I arrived, Lou Ryan had already been moved into the airport's resting room by staff. Her face was pale, her lips colorless, looking like she had lost her soul. Her fear of flying hadn't changed at all. As soon as she saw me, she staggered toward me, her bloodshot eyes moist with tears. Her voice trembled. Boda, I miss you. I miss you so much I'm going crazy. I looked at her calmly, my gaze like that of an old acquaintance, without a single word in reply. But that alone made Ryan burst into tears. Boda, don't look at me like that. Lou Ryan said softly, her voice shaking. As she spoke, she pulled a silver necklace out from under her collar. From it, she took a small silver ring and placed it in my palm. Look, it's the ring you made yourself. I saw it on the second-hand site, so I bought it back. So, she was the one who bought the ring. How ridiculous. If she hadn't told me, I probably wouldn't have recognized it. The ring was old, tarnished, with no shine left. Thinking back, it felt strange. There was a time when I invested so much time and effort into things that were now so meaningless. Seeing that I remained silent, with no reaction, Ryan began to panic. She quickly turned to the table and picked up a bouquet of pink paper roses. Do you remember? On graduation day that year, I held this same bouquet. I said then that 4 years later, I would invite the whole class to our wedding. You even smiled and agreed. So, Boda, please, just give me one more chance. I have truly cut ties completely with Yi Tingcheng. My family isn't helping him anymore either. I have nothing to do with him. She spoke a lot, her voice earnest, tears streaming down her face. But I just stood and watched, my eyes empty. It was strange. The woman who once drove me mad was now sobbing in front of me, yet my heart remained so calm. The coat she was wearing was still the style I once loved the most, but my heart no longer stirred as it used to. I gently cut her off. If you came here today just to get back together with me, you can go home. I turned to leave, but Ryan grabbed my arm, her tears falling silently. Boda, why? We have so many years of memories together. Why can't you give me one more chance? I didn't do anything that terrible. Is all this just because of a train ticket? I laughed, a dry, slightly bitter laugh. Even now, she still thought everything started because of the train ticket. Ryan, you know what? I heard everything. I heard everything you said to Yi Tingcheng in the car that day. You said I bothered you, said that even without Yi Tingcheng, you wanted to travel alone. The truth is, you knew from the beginning what I was angry about, but you deliberately ignored it and used the excuse of sibling affection to justify your ambiguous relationship with him, and then you blamed me for being petty and unreasonable. I took a deep breath, my voice dropping. Now, I'm not angry anymore. I've let go, I'm no longer being unreasonable. So, what are you doing here? As I said that, I felt a stinging sensation in my nose, not because of love, but because I felt truly pathetic. Actually, I understand you, Ryan. Hearing this, she looked up, a glimmer of faint hope in her eyes. But my next words extinguished that spark entirely. Because truthfully, it's exhausting when someone you no longer have feelings for keeps clinging on and refusing to let go. Thud. The bouquet in Ryan's hand dropped to the floor. The paper roses she had meticulously folded scattered everywhere. An airport employee walked over, frowning and speaking in a stern voice. Miss, please pick up your rubbish immediately, or we will be forced to issue a fine according to regulations. Hearing the word rubbish, Ryan looked completely drained of strength. She collapsed, tears falling uncontrollably, sobbing hysterically. As for me, I turned my back and walked away, without a single glance back. Ryan didn't leave Singapore that day. She frequently appeared around the university campus, somehow finding the address of the apartment I was renting. She started waiting for me downstairs every evening, standing there quietly, hoping I would stop and say a word, but I never did, not once. Until one night, when I was walking home late from class, a drunk woman suddenly rushed out of a dark alley and grabbed me. Startled, I grabbed a stick discarded on the roadside for self-defense and immediately called the police. When the police arrived, I was stunned to realize the person was Lu Ruyan. That day, she was arrested for public disturbance, then deported back to her country and banned from entering Singapore permanently. From that day on, the name Lu Ruyan completely vanished from my life. Gradually, my friends each went their own way, no one mentioned her anymore. It was like two parallel lines that briefly intersected at a moment of shared purpose, shared faith, and shared dreams. But once separated, they remained eternally parallel, never to touch again. And that was for the best. Everyone must walk their own path and take responsibility for their own life. What I did was my choice, and I have no regrets. I don't regret ever having met her, nor do I believe either of us owes the other anything anymore.